y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Watch Us Thrive podcast. This is your girl, Leanne. First and foremost, before we even jump into today's conversation, I just want to say shout out to y'all for showing me so much love with my comeback episode that came out a few weeks ago. Y'all have been giving me so much amazing feedback. Y'all have been bigging my head up even bigger than it already is. And I'm just so grateful for y'all to really be supporting me, to really be tuning in, to be engaging and interactive and letting me know like how I'm sharing my truths is really allowing y'all to feel so seen, heard, and understood. I mean, it's just really reminding me as to why I even started this in the first place. And it reminds me of like, yeah, it's okay for you to take a year off, but bitch, people are waiting for you. Like I had people reaching out to me during my year-long hiatus. Girl, where you at? Like, are you coming back? I'm back. And this week's conversation is kind of like a part 2 continuation to my solo episode. And if y'all have not checked it out, I'm going to link it for y'all below. Definitely check that out. You want to hear about why I even walked away from my business and my podcast for an entire 365 days. Lots of tea was spilt. Okay. Now, getting back to today's conversation. So I did allude to the fact towards the end of part 1 of that conversation that your girl is dating. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to take you guys on the journey of coming out of a 4.5 year long celibacy journey. I'm going to talk about the dating pool and what I experienced being someone who has done a lot of inner work and healing from past wounds, past relationships, past traumas, past abuse, all of the shit that y'all know that I talk about all the time. I finally decided at the end of 2025, in particular October of 2025, that I was ready to finally put myself back out there and find someone to be my life partner. I know. I can't believe it. I can't believe that I finally have gotten to this point because honestly, y'all, for a long time, I felt like I was going to be alone forever. I felt like I was not even interested in speaking or seeing the opposite sex. It icked me the fuck out to think about having someone speak to me in a romantic sense. I was down bad, y'all. Like I was really fucking traumatized. The journey that I'm about to take y'all on is something that I'm still going through currently. But there is a happy ending to this roller coaster ride of emotions. So, if you're ready, get your little drinky drink, get your little smoky smoke, and let's jump right into today's episode. Okay, so for 4.5 years, I was single. I was celibate. I was not dating. I was not entertaining. I was doing nothing but healing the fuck out of Leanne. There was great moments. There was terrible moments. There was okay moments. There was boring moments. But it was just pouring into self for 4.5 years, right? I want to say around the mid to third or fourth. It was definitely before Halloween because some shit went down during that time frame. So I want to say like maybe the middle of October 2025, I decided to sign up for a dating app. I know. Just bear with me, y'all. If y'all have been around since 2022 when I first started this podcast, y'all know how much dog shit I talked about dating apps. How they're the bottom of the barrel, how that's where I met my abusive ex. I vowed to the gods and my spirit team and everyone that I was never going to download a dating app ever again. And then I downloaded not one, but 2 dating apps. I started off with Facebook dating because it was free, it was convenient, and I was just like, let me just fucking see what's out there. You know, like I'm feeling more confident now. I'm starting to socialize again and hang out with friends. I'm doing great at my job. Things seem okay. This is my headspace back in October of 2025, right? So I downloaded the dating apps. I downloaded Facebook dating and I downloaded Hinge. Y'all who are listening with the long silent pause, you cannot see how deeply I rolled my eyes when I said that. Because Hinge, and this is not sponsored, their slogan is like the dating app to be deleted. It should be fucking burnt and never to be seen ever the fuck again. Burn that shit down to the ground. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it, because we'll get there. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I got triggered. I'm sorry. I set up both of the profiles and, I'm getting some movement. I'm like, oh, okay, your girl got it. It's been 4.5 years. I don't know how to date. I don't know how to flirt, but I know what the fuck I want. I know exactly what the fuck I want, and I know exactly what the fuck I don't want. And I think that's one of the first lessons that especially women need to establish when it comes to stepping back out into the dating scene. Have a fucking plan, babe. Don't just go in blind. Don't go in with the mindset, unless this is where you're at right now in your life. But me, I'm 37 years young. I'm not looking for some random fling. I'm not looking to just hook up. I'm not looking just to go with the flow with someone. I'm not looking for someone who doesn't know what the fuck they want. I'm a grown ass woman, bitch. Be so fucking for real. If you're like 40 something years old and you're figuring out your relationship goals, get the fuck out of my legs. Why are you here? When you see that I put life partner and monogamy. So I'm getting some traction. I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of fine ass men that are like sliding in my DMs. So I start entertaining and I start just accepting men. And there was a lot of bullshit. Let me just tell you. Oh my God. I feel so bad for anyone who is actively dating right now, and specifically online dating, because the shit is so ghetto. Oh my God, it's so ghetto. It's so fucking ghetto. 0 stars. Do not recommend. And I know you should not have that mindset of like, oh, if you go into the mindset of like, all these men ain't shit or all these women ain't shit and da-da-da, like that's what you're gonna attract. Susan, respectfully, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what it's like. I'm out here fighting for my fucking life. And it is that fucking serious. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how, I don't want to say detrimental, but how much of a mind fuck online dating is. Stay with me. In the 4 months that I have dated, I met 4 people in person. Everyone else that I matched with either just died off into the dark hole of nothing. I ghosted or got ghosted. I just wasn't really interested in entertaining said person. But there was 4 people who piqued my interest. And I'm going to take you on a journey of the things that I experienced with these 4 separate people. No names that are real will be used in this episode. Every name that I use is an alias. I'm just like, thinking back to the shit that I dealt with, it's crazy. Anyway, let's start off with contestant number 1. And for the sake of this storyline, we're gonna call him Charles. I matched with Charles on Facebook dating. Charles is 10 years younger than me. Red flag number 1, babe. 37-year-olds should not date 27-year-olds. But he presented himself as very mature. He knew what he was looking for. He was attractive. He was close by. Cool. Charles was a vibe. Charles was very consistent. Charles and I began FaceTiming and really like building something what I thought was like really dope. I was like, wow, my sister married her husband who she met on a dating app, and he's like 7 or 8 years not elder, the opposite. He's 7 or 8 years younger. What the fuck? Age is just a number. It's about how you present yourself and how you treat me, because I'm a bad bitch who has standards now, right? I know who the fuck I am. Period. Yes, we love that. Charles asked me out on a date, I want to say 7 to 10 days after matching online and after already FaceTiming and after being consistent with speaking. However, Charles works overnight. Leanne works a regular 9 to 5. So our schedules are misaligned, but he's making it work. Charles asked me out on a date and I said yes. He's living in Brooklyn. He offered to come to me in New Jersey. Cool. We love that. He has a car. I think, and I'm going to take 1000% accountability. The way I showed up to this date, I am now medicated, right? I'm a medicated baddie. I have anxiety, I have depression, I have PTSD, and I'm now taking a SSRI to calm my mind. When I met Charles, I was unmedicated. The only medication that I was doing was self-medication with marijuana. Y'all, this was the first date that I've gone on with anyone in almost 5 years. So I'm fucking nervous. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is so cute. If y'all picture Inside Out 2 and the character Anxiety, the little orange crazy bitch who's just running around her own fucking racing thoughts, that's the old version of Leanne. That's pre-SSRI Leanne. So what do I do to calm my nerves down? I take an edible. And I smoke on top of that. I show up to this date so zooted out of my fucking mind. I remember when he texted me later on that night. It was either later on that night. No, it wasn't at night because he had gone into work. The next morning, he was like, yeah, I could tell that you were really high. I was like, oh my God, really? I thought I was like... Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the date itself, y'all, we went to this really cute Mexican restaurant that's like 10 minutes away from my house. He got himself 4 drinks. So that was kind of like red flag number 2. I was like, because we've had this conversation before, I was like, I'm not a drinker, I'm a smoker. So I'll have like maybe like 1 drink and be good for the night. My man ordered 4 drinks. Cool. But whatever. I was just vibing. I was zooted and booted. I was like, this man is fine. I'm trying to break my celibacy. You know what I mean? Like, I've been out the game for 4.5 years. Like, mama's got needs. We leave the restaurant, he pays, we love that. Didn't show up with fucking flowers. Red flag number fucking 3, bitch. But he was like, I still got some time before I gotta head back home because I gotta work tonight. What do you want to do? I was like, oh, we can go right down the streets and get some hookah. Go to the hookah spot. We chill there for a little bit. Now, mind you, me and Charles have been flirting and there's been some grown folk talk, right? We're going to keep this like PG-13 because you can't say nothing crazy on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, don't listen around your children, okay? Long story short, I slept with him the same day that I met him. City girls down by a fucking 1,000. I know. And this is another lesson that I'm going to be talking about later on during the conversation of like things that I've learned with me putting myself back out there and ending my 4.5-year long celibacy journey and just the patterns and the lessons that this whole journey taught me. So there's a science to why I'm so open and sharing this. We slept together. I thought things were great. He was like, I want to see you again. He planned the second date. Cool. We agreed that we were going to see each other 1 week later. He was still talking to me like everything was copacetic, right? However, mid next morning after me and him slept together and had our date and whatever, the energy shift is noticeable. Now, I'm someone who is very highly intuitive, definitely clairvoyant, probably clairaudient, and some other clairs. But my women's intuition was like, oh, this feels familiar. Because before I met my abusive ex, I talked about how I had like a year-long hoe phase when I was living on my own in Florida. I'm very open with my sexuality. I'm very open with my past. And I'm very open with admitting that like I was outside. You know what I mean? I was single. I was not grieving from ending an almost 9-year-long shitty ass relationship. I didn't want to feel the pain of that anymore. So I turned to dating and having casual flings with different men. That was a pattern that I did 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. So when I realized that like, damn, I did the same thing that I did before. I slept with someone way too soon. This is what I did when I met my abusive ex. This is what I did when I met my ex before him. This is what I did with the ex before that. You see the pattern? So that was just like a reality check that I needed. Like, damn, yo, you're talking about wanting something different, but you're not moving differently. Clock it. I'm very much someone who is very comfortable with taking accountability. I'm someone who's very comfortable with calling myself out on my own shit, which is why I coach and teach and preach the way that I do. Because I've been y'all recently. This is only 4 months ago. I'm recording this in February of 2026. It's literally only 4 months ago, my guy. Like I said, healing, not healed, but I digress. So boom, we're back to his energy is shifting. He's starting to take a lot longer to respond. I'm clocking T. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is the type of time that we on. But at the same time, I'm also holding on to like, nah, maybe I'm just overthinking. Maybe this is my trauma talking, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, because I'm spending way too much time on this motherfucking whack ass man named Charles, I got ghosted on my way to our second date. He pulled a no call, no show, even before I pulled up to the spot. Texted him that morning, he's taking forever to respond. I'm like, okay, cool. When I leave work, hey, I'm on my way. Radio silence. I'm thinking, oh my God, am I getting ghosted? Pull up to the spot 30 minutes later. Call him twice on the way. No answer. I got ghosted on my way to a second date by a man who I slept with the night before. I fell for the okie doke. I got bamboozled. City girls were fucking down. Oh my God. I was fucked up for that for about 72 hours. And I'm proud of myself because the old Leanne would have crashed the fuck out. Oh my God. But you know what I said? I sent him one message and then I blocked him. And then I removed him because he was still looking at my stories. He was still following me on social media. I said, you're fucking weird, bro. And I just respectfully told him, you know, if you really wasn't interested, you could have just said that instead of ghosting me. But I wish you all the best and kept it fucking pushing. So that's chapter 1 of Charles, right? Get over that, back on the apps, starting from scratch. Mind you, my shit's moving. I got mad shit. I'm talking to so many people at the same time. Oh my God, it's so fucking overwhelming. I'm so glad I'm not dating anymore, but we'll get there. All right, so boom, chapter 2. Enter into the chat Eddie. Eddie is someone that I met on Facebook dating. Eddie is someone who reminded me a lot of my ex. Eddie was someone who had a rough past. He was in the prison system. He recently got out and was rebuilding his life. 3 red flags. But what did I choose to do? Give Eddie a fucking chance. Healing not healed, y'all. Healing not healed. Eddie was very nice. Eddie was very sweet. Eddie was very emotionally equipped. And that's something that I was not used to dealing with, especially with a man. He was very honest about his past. He was very honest about him being in his rebuilding phase. And he was very honest about not being able to give me what I was looking for. Again, the hormone monster in me superseded everyone's decision to respectfully bow out, and I gave Eddie a chance. And me and Eddie lasted maybe about 6 weeks. No, about a month. I slept with Eddie as well. And mind you guys, we believe in protected sex here, okay? I posted on my Instagram a few weeks ago on my stories that I got recently tested and I'm clean as a whistle, and knowing your status is so important. And also your partner that you're choosing to lay down with also needs to know and disclose their status to you. And if they don't, or if they refuse to, or if they give you a hard time, that's a fucking red flag. Don't sleep with them. Okay? I digress. So me and Eddie, we're dating, right? We're talking, we're seeing each other. He's making an effort. We're FaceTiming. We're building this emotional and sexual and physical connection, right? We love that. I was like, oh my God, okay. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of like some red flags, and yeah, he has a history, but we're making it work. He's doing what I feel like he has to do. One day I'm at work. I want to say this is maybe 3 weeks into us being consistent with dating. Even though me and him, we weren't talking every day, we weren't hanging out all the time, but he was being consistent. He was showing that he was interested. I'm at work one Friday. I'm on my phone and I get a no caller ID call. Now, for those who have an iPhone, if you don't know this, you can literally find out who is calling you from a blocked number. How do you do this? Don't pick up the phone, let it ring, go to the missed call log, press and hold the no caller ID button, copy, go to your phone keypad, go to the top, press paste. That's the fucking phone number that called you, babe. You're welcome. So I Google the number because I'm not about to call. I'm someone, if I don't know the area code, if I don't know the phone number, I'm not answering. If it's that important, you can call me again, you can leave me a voicemail, or you can text me. I'm not picking up unknown numbers. Why? Because I have a fucking stalker ex who won't leave me alone. And at first I thought it was him, the one who got out of prison, the one that I was traumatized from for 5 years. I thought it was him. Wasn't him. The no caller ID called me again. I didn't pick up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? 5 minutes later, I get a text message from a area code that I don't know. I click open this text message and I shit you not. There is a 5 minute long pornographic video of a woman that I've never seen before and the man that I've been sleeping with and dating for the past 3 weeks having full on intercourse, doggy style, with the camera propped up on a motherfucking tripod across the room and him going to town. Pause for dramatics. When I saw that, I was like, be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real. I text, who the fuck is this? Just like that. The Jersey girl from the hood came out immediately. Who the fuck is this? Shorty's gonna respond back to me crazy. This is the girl that Eddie's been laying in my bed every single night. You better leave this man alone before I pull up on you because I know where you live. I know you live off of such and such street. What? I felt so violated. I felt so disrespected, but I handled myself with grace. I sent her a voice note. I didn't even respond back with a motherfucking text message because what you gonna do, you gonna hear me and you gonna hear me clearly. I don't remember verbatim what I said, but I said something along the lines of, if you pull up, you gonna fuck around and find out. That's all. Blocked the number. I called up Eddie. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Who the fuck is... Went off on him. Don't ever fucking call me again. You're a piece of shit. Blah, 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 blah. Blocked him. That's the end of fucking Eddie, right? Because one thing about this new version of Leanne that I'm still learning is that you have one time to play in my face. What's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, bitch, you're fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand the fucking thought process? And I used to be the type of person who would give men chance after chance after chance of playing in my fucking face. I'm not doing that. Man, woman, they, them, I don't give a fuck who you are. You got one time to play in my face and then you're gonna figure out who the fuck I really am. And I don't want to go there because I can be really mean and I don't want to be that version of Leanne anymore. I'm very self-aware and I'm very much someone who wants only peace and tranquility in my life because I've lived in survival for so fucking long. We're not doing that anymore, y'all. We're not. We're gonna remove ourselves from the toxic bullshit. And that's another lesson that I learned. There were red flags from day one that I chose to ignore. That's another pattern that I did in my last relationship. There were so many red flags with my abusive ex that I completely chose to ignore because I fell in love with the dick. Because I fell in love with the way he made me feel. Because I fell in love with getting attention. Because I didn't want to be alone. Because I was codependent. Because insert whatever fucking excuse you need here. You understand what I'm saying? So that was definitely a hard pill to swallow because I really did like him, but I was not going to allow myself to be played by someone more than once. Even though we were not exclusive, my guy, you omitting your truth is a form of lying. You could have told me that you were dating someone else. You were sleeping with someone else. What about me and my health? Even though me and you, yeah, we slept together a few times. Of course, it's protected always. But come on, have some decency and some respect. I think that's the really frustrating part for me when it came to dating is that, especially when it comes to men, why do y'all lie? Why do y'all love to omit the fucking truth as if the shit's not gonna be found out anyway? Do y'all not understand? I'm a fucking witch. I'm a good witch, yo. I'm a good witch. I'm so intuitive. I'm so tapped into my spirituality and I can sense these things before they happen. And you don't want to piss off my spirit team because I promise you, I don't have to do anything. Life is going to fuck you for you. I digress. So Eddie is out the picture. We close chapter 3. Immediately after Eddie, I met another man, and his name is going to be Stuart. Oh, Stuart. Stuart was like a fucking breath of fresh air. I was immediately attracted to him. He was immediately laying it on thick. It definitely was not a love bombing situation. He had his shit together. He was a business owner. He was an entrepreneur. He looked good. He was very. Stuart was just really feeling me and letting me know that he really, really liked me. We dated for maybe about 3.5 weeks, saw each other a few times. I went to go see him. He came to see me. Of course, we slept together. I was repeating the pattern. Every single man that I met out in the wild, the 3 men that I met, I slept with them the first date. What can you do? Okay, I'm a grown fucking woman and I was celibate for a long time. A girl's got needs. But again, know your status, wear protection. Maybe like 3.5 weeks into steady hanging out, FaceTiming, texting, calling, all of that, I get an email while I'm at work. Everything seems to happen to me when I'm at work. What the fuck? I get an email from a random person that I've never heard of before. And it said, "Hey, my name is such and such. I am the sister of such and such, who is currently the girlfriend," and gets better. He has a profile on a gay male escort dating website and proceeds to send a screenshot of his profile that was active 5 days ago. Mind you, me and him were dating for 3.5 weeks, bitch, and sleeping together. So I could not like click the picture to go into the website, the live website. So bitch, I copied and pasted the fucking website and I found the live profile. All I did was send a screenshot to him and said, "What the fuck is this?" Very calm. "Oh no, I'ma call you back. I'ma let you know. Da 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 da." Mind you, this was at like 9:30 something in the morning. My man Stuart did not call me or explain to me anything of what that meant for 13 hours. 13 hours of radio silence. He called me at like 11 o'clock that night. And I was like, "Do you plan on fucking explaining what the fuck is going on? Because you are on a gay male escort dating website and I'm getting a random email from someone who's claiming to be the sister of your girlfriend." He gives me the most bullshit fucking excuse. And I immediately got the ick. Listen, no shame to my sex workers out there. If anyone out there is a sex worker who is a follower or a supporter or a listener of mine, you do you, boo boo. I wish I could do that. I wish I could start an OnlyFans and make fucking bank, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. But I'm cheering you on. However, that is not the type of man that I can, one, introduce to my daughter, two, bring home to my family, and three, fucking take serious. Come on, my guy. Of course he denied it. Of course he fucking denied it. But how am I going to believe you when you chose to not tell me the truth? Again, everything that's done in the dark comes into the fucking light. Remember that. Everything that is done in the dark will come to the light. You don't know when, but I promise you, baby girl, you will find out what you need to find out when you need to find out. And I was immediately turned off. And he kept trying to pursue me and he kept trying. But one thing about this version of Leanne, once I have the ick, I can't unick you. So I was just like, yuck. Please leave me the fuck alone. Stuart is out of the picture now. I got the ick. I'm fucking done with him. I'm so over it. Now comes around the first week of December 2025. It was right after Thanksgiving. One Sunday morning, and I'm not at work this time. I open up my Instagram and I see a DM sitting in my general folder. Wasn't even a request. I don't know how this DM got through, but I got a DM from my abuser. The abusive ex who was in prison for 4 years. The one that I was healing from. The one that was really the catalyst of me even starting this business and this podcast. There's a message in my folder from this man that I have not seen or spoken to in almost 5 years. Damn, I wish I still had that screenshot, but I got rid of everything. I don't remember exactly what it said, but he said something along the lines of, I'm sorry for what I put you through. I've become a better man because of you, and I learned so much, and I miss you, and I love you, and I wish you nothing but the best. In that moment, I felt so many different emotions at once. I felt betrayed, violated, angry, happy, confused, and kind of excited that I finally was able to get the closure that I never got from this man. When that relationship ended, and if y'all have not heard the story, trigger warning, I'll link it in the show notes or I'll link it in the description box. That relationship altered my brain chemistry, right? It completely changed my DNA. And the way that it ended, I never got closure. I was never able to sit down and have a conversation and ask him, like, why did you treat me the way that you did? Why did you abuse me? Why did you hurt me when all I wanted to do was love you? All I did was love you and treat you good. Why did you do that? And he finally gave me the answers that I was looking for. But what I've come to realize now is that, like, I didn't need anything from him. The closure that I needed was the closure of the relationship that I had with myself, with the old version of myself when I was with him. And I don't think I ever really grieved that version of Leanne. And I think that's why I responded back to him. I really thought that me just acknowledging his apology and thanking him and saying respectfully, I don't want anything to do with you. We're never going to get back together. We're never going to be what we were. But I appreciate you taking accountability for what you did. And respectfully, we can part ways now. I thought that was it. That started 2.5 months of this man not leaving me the fuck alone and literally wanting to come back together. And y'all, when I tell you the mind fuck of emotions that I was going through during this time, and I was documenting a lot of the things. I was documenting my entire like dating journey on my Threads account. I was showing like screenshots. I was going viral for a lot of the things that were going on. And I had talked about this situation. Oh my God, I think I have the picture of the apology on my Threads account. If I scroll back long enough, I wonder if I have it. Let's see. Please hold. Here it is. This is the thread that I put up. Dating update. My abusive ex-boyfriend who almost took my life back in 2021 DM'd me an apology this morning. An apology I've been looking for almost 5 years. Parentheses, he was in prison for what he did to me for 4 years. I've officially closed this karmic cycle and I'm able to move on to the next chapter of my life. I'm so proud of me. This Mercury retrograde has done its big one in my life. I'm so ready to move on now, once and for all. This is the message that this man sent me at 9:38 in the morning. Hello, Leanne, ... I want to take the time to truly apologize to you for all I put you through. You didn't deserve to be treated that way at all. ... I was a monster and never deserved you. You were never to blame for any of it. I just had so much hurt and hate in me. I couldn't love anyone the right way. The person I am now, I owe to our trials and tribulations. I needed to be away from all that I love to know what true love is. I thank you for that gift. I will always be in debt to you for that correction. Please take care of yourself. I let that message sit there for about 2 hours and I really thought to myself, should I respond? Should I not respond? And I decided to respond. I really thought that that was going to be the end of that, and it fucking wasn't, bitch. This man, still to this day, even though he's now blocked, he was still trying to access me. He was trying to get back together. He wanted to see me. He wanted to sleep with me. He wanted to cheat on his girlfriend with me. He wanted us to run away together and live in a bubble and just be happily ever after. And he just wanted to love me and prove to me that he was no longer the demon that he was back in 2020. Be so fucking for real, my guy. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. A part of me did miss him. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was just this big bad bitch that I was like, oh, fuck you, da 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 da. No. I will always have a soft spot for this man because I really thought when we were together that he was it. I imagine my entire existence with this man forever. And when that fell apart and the way that it fell apart, I was devastated. But I really did care for this man a lot. So a part of me kind of felt bad for him, but a huge part of me felt like disgusted. And how the fuck would I be able to face y'all? How would I be able to have this platform? How would I have been able to work with national domestic violence organizations? How would I be able to talk the things that I speak to y'all and then get back together with my abuser? How would I explain that to my daughter? My daughter told me, if you ever considered getting back with that man, the minute I turn 18, I'm signing away myself from ever being in your life. You will lose a daughter. I was not willing to completely destroy my life again to go back to the bullshit that I spent 5 years trying to heal from. Sir, be so fucking for real. And I think what he's struggling with the most is the fact that he no longer has access to the old version of Leanne. I don't really think he realizes how much I have changed and how much I have grown and how much I no longer find him attractive. I was saying this to the person that I am now dating. I told you it's gonna end with a really great story. I told this person that I'm dating the other day, like, I don't hate my ex. I don't hate my abuser anymore. I did for a long time. And I don't love him either. I feel indifferent. And when you feel indifferent about someone, that's when you truly know you have completely closed out that cycle and you can move on. And you have the closure within yourself, not from them. Even though I did get the closure that my ego was searching for in that fake ass apology. But I really think that it just proved to me that I was done. I could finally put that trauma down. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Currently dating the person that I'm dating right now, and they know who they are. I'm not going to mention any names, but I adore you. It's been a struggle for me to separate my past trauma and heartbreak in this new relationship. I have bled my past trauma onto someone who is not guilty of hurting me. And I have realized that I have been self-sabotaging something very healthy for me. And I think when you have that type of self-awareness, one within yourself, but you're also building a strong and solid foundation with someone who's so emotionally self-aware themselves and someone who knows how to communicate like an adult, that shit also alters your DNA. And I feel like someone who has been so used to being alone, y'all, like I said, I was single and celibate for 4.5 years. 4.5 years I was single and celibate and just completely turned away from entertaining anyone. And now I am healing my heart with someone else. And I think that's another lesson that I learned. Like, you don't need to do this healing work alone. And there is only so much healing that can be done when you are alone. Eventually, you're not healing, you're avoiding. You're not healing, you're not being triggered. That's why I decided in October of 2025 that I was ready to put myself back out there and to get triggered, to see how am I going to react now when someone ghosts me? How am I going to react now when I feel like someone disrespects me? How am I going to react now when I feel like energy is shifting? How am I going to show up now as a healing woman? What standards, what values, what morals, what personality traits am I looking for? What am I emulating myself? There's so many questions that you start to ask yourself when you decide to get triggered. And I think despite all the shit, and there's so many more stories that I could share, but we're getting to the end of the episode. I need to go call my boo. I think what's really important to remember is that despite the heartache that you may go through, the ghosting, the building connections for them to just crumble down to the ground, if love is something that you truly want and something that you're looking for, don't let your past pain hold you back from what you deserve. We all deserve to be in loving, healthy, healing, thriving relationships. And you don't need to stay stuck with someone because you're loyal to time, because you're loyal to being married, because you have all of these memories together and you don't want to start over. But babe, you're fucking miserable. He's putting his hands on you. She's disrespecting you. They're treating you like shit, but you're choosing to stay. Why? That's the healing work that needs to be done, my love. And that's the healing work that I've been doing. And that is the healing work that I help y'all with now. That's why I became a self-love coach, because I learned to fall in love with myself through my pain. And that's not easy. That is such a difficult, uncomfortable feeling to be in, but it's also the way that you're able to level up to the next version of your highest self. And that is who I am now stepping into. I said this to my boo the other day. I saw a TikTok that said a lot of us need to stop living in the manifestation era and start stepping into the integration era. I am no longer manifesting the life that I desire, the relationships that I desire, the money that I desire, the success that I desire. I am now integrating the steps needed in order for me to get to that point, because I've healed enough. Yo, sometimes we've healed enough. Sometimes it's time for you to just fucking live. How many times do we have people in our lives who don't make it to see the next year? How many times have we wished we've done something and felt like, oh, it's too late to do it? No, bitch. Every single day that you wake up able-bodied to breathe, walk, talk, feel, think, move on your own, that's an opportunity for you to do something different. Maybe that means leaving that dusty ass relationship and going to heal within. Maybe that means no longer healing and putting yourself back out there to find the love of your life. Maybe that means leaving that shitty ass job and finally pursuing entrepreneurship like you've been wanting to do for the past 7 years. So I just really want y'all to know that there is purpose to the pain that we go through. There is a reason for everything that we've experienced. I do not believe in coincidences. I know that every single heartbreak, every single tear, every single thought of wanting to end it, every single rock bottom moment has allowed me to become the fucking bad bitch that I am today. And for that, I say thank you next. Just like Ariana did. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe for 2026. Thank you next. I'm so fucking grateful for my ex. That being said, I hope y'all really enjoyed this episode. I want to start ending my episodes with me doing a tarot pull and an oracle card pull. I want to start tapping more into showing this side of me, because I'm such a spiritual. I really enjoy pulling cards. I really enjoy tapping into my intuition and talking with my spirit team. So I want to pull one tarot deck card. We're using the Daydream Tarot deck, such a stunning deck of tarot. Look at my baby girl. Oh my god, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm going on 2/22 of this month. I'm getting tattooed, and I'm getting this baddie tattooed as a part of an arm sleeve that I'm working on. For those who are listening, this is the High Priestess. She is the intuitive baddie of the tarot traditional deck. She is someone who represents your intuition, your inner knowing. And when she shows up upright, that means that, like, yo, she's here. And I need for y'all to, like, really tap in and listen to your intuition when it comes to dating, relationships, making decisions, you know? Like, that's why I just love tarot so much, because anything that you want, just tap in. Set the intention, clear this deck of any old residual readings. Do I have a hole? Oh my god, I have a hole in my armpit. That's so ghetto. Spirit team, please clear this deck of any old residual energies. Please only reveal clarity and truth, what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Let's see what card we get. Can I get one card, please? What does the collective need to hear today? Thank you so much, Spirit Team, Ancestors. High is good. Ooh, we got the King of Wands. Now I'm going to pull from this gorgeous and stunning Fortune Oracle deck from Sharina Starr, illustrated by Richard Crooks. and it comes with a book which we're going to be reading from, okay? So please, spirit team, highest self, spirit guides, clear this deck of any residual old readings and energies. Show us what we need to hear and not what we want to hear. Thank you so much. Can I get one card, please? Thank you. Ooh, damn. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited. All right. So we got the King of Wands upright. Stunning. And then we got number 1, abundance, from the Fortune Oracle. This says, lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. But let's talk about the King of Wands first. So for me, the King of Wands represents confidence. It represents leadership. It represents trusting in yourself. And I think that's probably the biggest lesson that I've learned on my relationship journey. It's to fucking trust myself, trust my intuition, trust that I know what the fuck it is that I'm looking for. I feel like the King of Wands is all about moving from a reaction to like an intention. You know what I mean? It's like you're showing up grounded, you're showing up as who you are, you're not looking for that external validation anymore, and you're not like asking for permission. You're just being your fucking authentic self, and whoever doesn't like it, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And I think this is the energy of like knowing your worth and leading relationships with clarity and not being impulsive anymore. Like, now let me tell you, I was impulsive with the first few men that we talked about, but learning who I am, what I'm looking for, and what I'm no longer tolerating. I mean, the king is the head honcho, right? When I say king, I don't mean like man and woman or female and male. I mean like masculine and feminine energy. We all have masculine energy and we all have feminine energy. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the left side is feminine and the right side is masculine. I think that's right. Don't quote me. Google it. But the King of Wands is like King Daddy. Like, yo, I'm that fucking bitch and I know who the fuck I am, and I'm not going to shrink myself. I'm not going to allow you to play in my face, and I'm going to remove you and just move the fuck on to the next thing because we don't have time for the bullshit. You know what I mean? So boom, that's the King of Wands. We love that. We love that. We love that. Ooh, and then I have the 10 of Swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck. The 10 of Swords is all about communication. It's all about like your thoughts, your clarity and like thoughts and like communication, right? Upright, the 10 of Swords is all about pain and endings and like just feeling like defeated. But in reverse, it means that like you're healing. You're healing from something. So when you have the King of Wands upright and the 10 of Swords in reverse, it's like, yo, you're healing from this fucking heartbreak and you're stepping into being the bad bitch that you are. And you're taking no fucking prisoners, bro. He knows who the fuck he is. And it's just like, we're not dealing with the fuck shit no more. So step into your King of Wands energy and let go of the bullshit from your past. Okay? Somebody needed to hear that. Abundance. We got this beautiful card. Number 1, we're going to read. Lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. The abundance card means what it says, so attracting it is fabulous, okay? It is a card of luck, and if drawn, you should make a wish immediately. Make a wish, bitch. Shut the fuck up and make a wish. Thank you. Socially, you're about to have a ball with satisfying pats on the back and jobs well done. Look at that. They're having a fucking blast, you know? This period is excellent for communication and climbing the career or financial ladder, while luck will increase your wealth. So you trying to get to the bag, bitch? This is confirmation. You could find that you're in the right place at the right time for meeting beneficial personal or business connections. So you must stay alert for any outstanding opportunities this time will bring. Okay, so you about to meet Big Zaddy Bay, or you about to meet someone who's gonna make you some fucking money, bitch. Pay attention. Okay, so for your personal/relationships, reunions loom large along with lots of family celebrations such as engagements, marriages, and special birthdays or events to look forward to. Long distance communication could see some new friendships forming with people from all walks of life. You seem to be more charismatic and popular than ever, which could mean you are having the time of your life. I love this fucking energy. What a way to end the episode. I'm gonna do this every single solo episode. I love this. Okay, when it comes to your career or money, money. Travel is likely, highly likely, at this time of change. Don't sweep things under the carpet if you're challenged, as personal growth is what this card is all about. So don't ignore the shit, sit in your shit, speak up, unlock your throat chakra. You may soon be reaching for the stars as it's a highly creative time, and you could find yourself in the limelight as fame is not uncommon in this period. Bitch, you about to go viral. If you're someone who's posting, keep fucking posting, please. Myself included. Please keep posting. Bitch, something's gonna pop off. Don't lose steam. Let's go. Expansion and growth are really what it's all about, along with lots of good luck. Helping others who are less fortunate than yourself could see your dreams come true. So give back. Sharina's power tip: arrange pictures of 7 people you admire, such as family members or celebrities, on a flat surface. Then place a picture of your head in the middle. This great practice will enhance networking and build good fortune and luck. I mean, I couldn't think of a better way to end this episode. I really hope y'all enjoyed that. If you want a personal reading, I do offer those. Click the links below to see how you can work with me. I also do offer one-on-one coaching, long-term, middle term, and short term. If you want to just book a clarity call with me to chop it up and see if I can give you some advice, hit me up, okay? Check out the new website. Shout out to my girl, Brittany Hull of Break of Dawn Studio. I'm going to link her as well. If you're looking for rebranding, if you're looking to get your website done, if you're looking for a graphic designer who is going to cater to you, please follow her, support her. She is amazing. She redid my amazing website. I love you so much, Brittany. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for allowing me to pour my shit out to y'all. I really appreciate the feedback. I really appreciate y'all welcoming me back with open arms and being so excited for the content that I'm pouring out. And I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. I haven't really gotten into my new relationship yet. I'm keeping that to me. Just know that I'm so fucking happy. I feel like I now know what true love feels like. And that's all I'm gonna say for that. Once there's a permanent ring on this finger, then y'all can know a little bit more. But until then, I'm keeping my private life private. This is your girl, Leanne, the host of the Watch Us Thrive podcast. I usually say keep glowing, growing, and thriving, but I'm gonna end it with something else. These are the 3 pillars of success. Number 1, mind your motherfucking business. Number 2, drink your motherfucking water. And number 3, do not be afraid to ask for help. I love you.